month redolent with possibilities. The flowers have opened, the birds are singing, anything is possible. It was back in June that the Minneapolis City Council decided to defund the police. They were pretty excited about it at the time. The City Council's president went on CNN and said anyone who disagreed with defunding the police, and this seemed plausible in June, is probably a racist.
Do you understand that the word dismantle or police free also makes some people nervous? For instance, what if in the middle of the night my home is broken into? Who do I call?
Yes, I mean, I hear that loud and clear from a lot of my neighbors. And I know, and myself too, and I know that that comes from a place of privilege, because for those of us for whom the system is working, I think we need to step back and imagine what it would feel like to already live in that reality, where calling the police may mean more harm is done.
Yeah, calling the police means more harm done. Yeah, that seemed possible in June. That same month, another city council member from Minneapolis, a guy called Philippe Cunningham, lamented that money was flowing to the cops instead of, say, people with sociology degrees or masters in postmodern feminist dance. Watch.
All that money has been going into the police department, and what have we gotten in return? Pain, trauma, and hurt. It is time for us to get behind community and to get behind the strategies that we know work.
Yeah, it's time to get behind community. And so with that in mind, the City Council of the City of Minneapolis voted to defund the police. And then something happened that nobody could have expected. All the cameras, all the CNN crews, all the activists, they all went home. But for those who were stuck in Minneapolis, they noticed it was getting dangerous. Really dangerous. So you know what happened? You can guess. At a meeting this week, the same city council had voted to defund the police, demanded answers from the police chief. Why weren't the police doing more to stop criminals? Watch.
I would appreciate some more information on how we're addressing the carjackings. I know that there's been a number of them in the community, and they've really terrorized residents.
Gun violence, drug dealing, intimidation, extortion. People are having to pay to get out of their alleys.
Last night, I had yet another 17-year-old murdered in my ward. I would say that I don't have an exact number, but it's been at least 5 17-year-olds have been murdered in my ward.
Well, City Council President Lisa Bender was at the meeting. In June, she admitted she had privilege. Does she still have that privilege? She didn't address that this week. But she didn't seem to think that calling the cops was quite as racist as she used to think it was. In fact, this week she asked the police, how do we get this under control? It's too good. Brian Kleckner is a former Army Ranger sniper. He has some ideas for how we might get this under control in Minneapolis. Ryan, great to see you. Now, I should stipulate that most of these city council members have been immune from the effect of their own policies, of course, because they have stuck taxpayers with the bill for private security. But for everyone else in Minneapolis wondering, why did the city go to hell? What do you think happened in Minneapolis? Any ideas?
Shocking, Tucker, that this could happen. I mean, defunding police empowers criminals. I honestly don't know what is worse, that they thought of the idea to defund the police, or that they're surprised by the results. I can't keep up. I mean, this happening in blue states with blue governors, in blue cities with blue mayors, with blue DAs, many of whom, by the way, have had their campaigns funded by George Soros and other left-wing activists that just want to watch America burn. They're getting what they paid for. It is so laughable that they're shocked at this result, and it's so sad that these are real people being affected by this.
You're absolutely right. Soros did pay for a lot of this, and he's definitely getting a return for his money. He usually does. But I wonder, all the kind of normal, sweet people in Minneapolis, a lot of whom are liberal, they didn't notice until Memorial Day weekend that their police department was systemically racist and they possessed privilege. I mean, this all seemed to kind of come out of nowhere. How did that happen exactly? And is it gone yet? Have they been awakened to reality yet, do you think?
I think we have good signs that people are being awakened to reality. I really do. The fact that they're calling out here and trying to figure out what's wrong, a little too late, but at least maybe they're getting the signal now. I mean, I'm in the firearms industry. When I look at our gun sales, we've had record gun sales, more than any other months we've ever had in recorded history. And that's not because of gun owners like me. That's because of some of these liberals that maybe weren't gun owners before that are realizing their safety is their responsibility. I mean, I've been told by anti-gunners all the time, I don't need a gun because we have the police. Well, I think that's absurd on its face. I mean, I still have a fire extinguisher even though I have a fire department. But I think police are majority heroes, great people, but you're stuck facing the problem before the police even get called. And having a firearm, people are realizing that not only can they not rely on the police to stop some of these attacks, but when you defund the police and they're not there anymore, you're responsible for your own safety.
I think that is exactly right. It's all very obvious now. Biden has pledged to take your guns. They're going to go after the ammo. You watch. We're going to do a segment on that just as soon as we can find a guest to explain it. I hope you'll come back, Ryan. Great to see you.
Thanks, Tucker.